Dear students, now we are going to start our English course book. Before starting, I would like to clear some basic things which are very important. Firstly, I would like to clear that the board has given you this course book for your standard 10th, and it is the most important year for your whole life. It is also known as the turning point of your life. In this course book, you will see different lessons, different activities, which will be very useful for your whole life. So try to take it sincerely. In this course book, we have the first poem, that is A Teenager's Prayer. The first day of our school, the first day of our life play a very important role in our life. We can't forget those days. Same as board has given you the first poem, that is A Teenager's Prayer. Here, some hidden messages. We have to clear it firstly. A teenage, an age between 13 to 19. It is very important age. ये बहुत अहम उम्र होती है जिसमें हम बहुत सारी अच्छाइयाँ सीखते हैं, बहुत सारे अच्छी चीजें सीखते हैं, और ये वो उम्र होती है जिस उम्र में हम बहुत जल्द चीजों को सीख सकते हैं। अब यहाँ डिपेंड ये करता है कि हम क्या सीखते हैं। तो इसीलिए हमको बोर्ड ने एक तरह से एक मैसेज देने की कोशिश की है कि वी हैव टू बी वेरी वेरी केयरफुल अबाउट आवर एक्टिविटीज इन दिस एज. And second word is used in the title, that is prayer. Prayer through which we can solve our all the problems. And here the title gives us a message, that is teenagers can solve their problems by prayer also. Now we are going to start our poem. It is the first stanza. Firstly, I'll explain it in English, later in your mother tongue also. See the first stanza. Each day brings new beginnings, decisions I must make. I am the only one to choose the road that I will take. What poet is saying? Each day brings new beginnings. Here, new beginnings, new activities, whatever things we do, whatever task we do every day, each day, those are come under new beginnings. Here, poet is saying each day gives us new tasks, new challenges, and the most important thing, decisions I must make. And for those activities, for those tasks, everyone has to take decisions. There will be no other option for taking decisions. He has to take decisions, and I'm the only one to choose the road that I will take. Here poet is confirming, poet is reminding what, that there will be no any other person for help, for choosing the road that will be taken by you. It means choose means to get someone, to take someone. Here when we will choose, when there will be options, there will be two options or four options, and from those options we have to choose only one. And when you are going to choose, there will be no one, you have to choose alone, you have to choose by yourself. And here poet is reminding you that routes will be different and you have to choose by yourself. Now see in Urdu. ईच डे ब्रिंग्स न्यू बिगिनिंग्स। हर दिन हमें नई शुरुआतें देता है। अब यहाँ नई शुरुआतें से मुराद जो भी हमारी रोजमर्रा की जिंदगी में नए नए काम, नई नई जिम्मेदारियां, नए नए चैलेंजेस होते हैं, वो तमाम न्यू बिगिनिंग्स में शुमार किए जाएंगे। डिसीजंस आई मस्ट मेक, मुझे डिसीजंस लेने होते हैं, डिसीजंस फैसले लेने पड़ते हैं। आई एम द ओनली वन टू चूज, मैं अकेला ही होता हूँ चूज करने के लिए, चुनने के लिए। चुना कब जाता है? जब हमारे सामने मुतबादिल हो, तो हमें उसमें से कोई एक चीज को चुनना होता है। तो हियर पोएट इज सेइंग आई एम द ओनली वन टू चूज, मैं अकेला ही होता हूँ चूज करने के लिए, चुनने के लिए। क्या? द रोड दैट आई विल टेक, यानी वो रास्ता जो मैं लूंगा। अब यहाँ हमारे सामने बहुत सारे रास्ते हमारे सामने रहेंगे और उनमें से हमें किसी एक रास्ते को चुनना होगा, और उसको चुनते वक्त हमारे साथ कोई और नहीं होगा, कोई हमारी हेल्प नहीं करेगा, हमको खुद ही वो रास्ता चुनना होगा। नाउ सी some language aspects, or we can say figure of speech. You know, figure of speech in poetry generally, poet uses some figure of speech for giving some aesthetic sense to the poetry. यानी पोएट क्या करते हैं, अपनी पोएम को एस्थेटिक सेंस या ब्यूटी या थोड़ी खूबसूरती बढ़ाने के लिए फिगर ऑफ स्पीच का इस्तेमाल करते हैं। In this stanza also poet has used an important figure of speech. See the second line of your first stanza. What? Decisions I must make. Are you observing something different in this stanza or in this line? Yes. In this line, decisions I must make. Here poet has changed word order. And when poet changes word order, that figure of speech is known as inversion. Here poet used this figure of speech that is known as inversion. Inversion means it's a term used to refer to the inverting of the normal word order in a sentence. यानी जब जो नॉर्मल वर्ड ऑर्डर होता है, यानी जो जुमले की जो आम सी साख्त होती है जिसको हम बोल सकते हैं, वो इस्तेमाल ना करके जब पोएट क्या करते हैं, वर्ड ऑर्डर को चेंज करके इस्तेमाल करते हैं, तो वो फिगर ऑफ स्पीच कहलाती है इन्वर्जन। एक्चुअली द सेंटेंस, व्हाट शुड बी द सेंटेंस? डिसीजंस आई मस्ट मेक एज पर द प्रॉपर वर्ड ऑर्डर, आई मस्ट मेक डिसीजंस, that should be the sentence, but poet has changed that, and that changed word order is known as inversion. now see now see the second stanza. I can choose to take the road of life that leads to great success, or travel down the darkened road that leads to great distress. In this stanza, poet is confirming what? That you have options, and teenagers have options, and they can choose their roads, whatever route they want to choose. A route that can lead them to great success, or a road that may lead to great distress. Here, the word can, that is modal auxiliary verb, that shows capability, ability, and here poet is indirectly showing that you have right and you can choose any route. In the second stanza, poet third line, or travel down the darkened road, poet has used a difficult word, that is darkened. Darkened, it refers to evil, means कोई बुराई का रास्ता या कोई बुरा ख्याल, that is evil. And in the last line you can see a word is used, that is distress. Distress, great worry, बहुत ज़्यादा अफसोस, गम. Here poet is confirming that you can choose any road, a road that will help you to achieve the great success, or if Unfortunately, you choose a road that may be wrong, that will affect to your whole life, and that leads to great distress. Now in Urdu, I can choose to take the road of life. यहाँ पोएट कह रहे हैं कि मुझे हक है कि मैं चुन सकता हूँ क्या, that जिंदगी का रास्ता that leads to great success, जो मुझे अजीम कामयाबी की तरफ ले जाए, या और ट्रैवल डाउन द डार्क एंड रोड, वो रास्ता पर भी मैं जा सकता हूँ, अंधेरे की रास्ता या बुराई का रास्ता, जो मुझे कहाँ ले जाएगा, दैट लीड्स टू ग्रेट डिस्ट्रेस, यानी बहुत ज्यादा अफसोस और गम की तरफ ले जाएगा। यहाँ पोइट ने कैन, जो मॉडल ऑक्सिलरी वर्ब के तौर पे हम इस्तेमाल करते हैं, इसे इस्तेमाल किया है जो जिसके एक्सप्रेशंस जो हम लेते हैं वो सलाहियत, कोई काम को करने का के लायक होना, और यहाँ पोइट ने इनडायरेक्टली ये शो करने की कोशिश की है कि हमें एक राइट है, हमें एक हक है कि हम कोई भी रास्ता चुन सकते हैं जो भी हमारे सामने है, लेकिन उसमें नताइज उसके हमारे सामने हैं। अगर हम सही रास्ता चुनते हैं तो वो हमें अजीम कामयाबी की तरफ ले जाएगा, और अगर हम वो रास्ता चुनते हैं जो गलत है तो वो हमें तकलीफ, गम और अफसोस वाली जिंदगी की तरफ ले जाएगा। Now, students, in this poem, in this stanza, you will see some phrases and figures of speech also. Firstly, the phrase, phrase, a group of two or three words that doesn't give complete meaning separately, but mostly we use in a particular sentence for giving some weightage to that sentence. So here poet has used an important phrase, that is leads to. See the second line, that leads to great success. Here leads to, it's a phrase which is used for to take to, यानी सरबराही करना, क़ियादत करना, इसके लिए हम इस्तेमाल करते हैं। इसी तरीके से some figure of speech are also used by the poet. The first one, see the first line, I can choose to take the road of life. Here road of life, here road of life, road of whatever activities we do in our life, whatever things we do, how we do, all those come under road of life. And when poet compares one thing with another, that figure of speech is known as metaphor. Metaphor, a figure of speech in which poet compares one thing with another, but doesn't use like or as. Just like, see the definition, a metaphor is a comparison between two different things without using like or as. यानी मेटाफर एक कंपैरिजन होता है किसके दरमियान, दो चीजों के दरमियान, लेकिन वहां क्या होता है, लाइक और एस का इस्तेमाल नहीं किया जाता है। जिस इस चीज को हम एक फिगर ऑफ स्पीच जो हमने पिछले क्लासेस में भी देखी है, मेटाफर सिमिली की तरह देख सकते हैं कि सिमिली में क्या होता है, हम एक चीज को दूसरी चीज के मुशाबे बताते हैं, लेकिन वहां लाइक या एज का इस्तेमाल नहीं करते। और जब हम किसी एक चीज को दूसरी चीज से कंपेयर करते हैं तो वहां हम क्या करते हैं, विदाउट यूजिंग लाइक और एज अगर हम कर रहे हैं तो दैट फिगर ऑफ स्पीच इज नोन एज metaphor. Now see the third line of your stanza, or travel down the darkened road. Here, yes, you got it. Travel down the darkened road. Here, down, darkened. What are you observing? Sounds are repeated, and when poet repeats a particular sound in his any line for two or more than two times, that figure of speech is known as alliteration. You know, see the definition. Alliteration is the occurrence of the same sounds at the beginning of words or phrases. यानी जब पोएट किसी वर्ड या फ्रेज में क्या करते हैं, उसकी शुरुआत में सेम साउंड्स का इस्तेमाल करते हैं जो दो या दो से ज्यादा मर्तबा हो, वो फिगर ऑफ स्पीच कहलाती है एलिट्रेशन।